you're in that phase of your life right now where you feel stuck and stagnant and overwhelmed and you've tried everything and it feels like nothing is working, I get you, girl. I guarantee you there are so many things you are doing in your life right now unintentionally that are keeping you stuck. And you and me are about to unravel that together because we are at the time of our life right now where we can no longer be stuck. It's almost 2024 and that means we better get this shit out of our way so we can hit the next level. So in this video, not only will I identify the 5 toxic habits that are keeping you stuck right now, but I will be giving you 5 extra strategies at the end of this video that you can integrate right away so that you can get out of this sucky state for good. The first habit that's keeping you stuck is that you're overlooking the small things. I want you to imagine that you just went to Target and you just bought your first puzzle. This puzzle that you are so excited to put together because you can't wait to see the end result. This puzzle represents your dream life. The picture is everything you could have ever wanted. The dream job, the dream relationship, the dream body, the dream life. Now, each small piece that you add to the puzzle represents a habit or an action that you need to take, like waking up early, working out, cutting out excessive alcohol. Now, here's the thing. As you start assembling the puzzle, you can kind of see the bigger picture, but something is not coming together. It's almost like you're putting in one piece and then suddenly something looks off and then you have to start over. Why is this happening? It's because you haven't established the foundation. If you look at the puzzle, the border represents the foundation. And if you don't have the foundation right, nothing in that middle is going to come together. So often in our life, we believe that making progress and becoming the best version of ourselves means that we have to do all these external things in our life, when really it's the little things that we prioritize every single day in our life that help us become more stronger, more productive, more mentally resilient, and more inspired and creative to actually do the things we want to do. So I want you to get clear what those little things are, and at the end I'll share with you a strategy on how you can do that. The second reason you feel stuck and stagnant in your life is because you've outgrown yourself. But the problem is that you don't want to accept that you've outgrown yourself, because accepting that you've outgrown yourself means that you have to confront change. You have to become a different person. So often we feel stuck because we're just trying to avoid change. We think it's going to keep us more comfortable, but in reality, it actually keeps us more dissatisfied because we see the people around us changing. We see people doing amazing things and we know in our hearts that we can do that too. But you're not doing it because a part of you is scared of what's going to happen. You're scared of the things that you're gonna have to do in your life and the new pressures that might come with it. You're scared that no one will accept you if you do decide to do something different because you're relying on the validation of other people. And that is something that will keep you stuck forever in your life because you're preventing yourself from actually seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. All of the amazing opportunities that could come your way if you just took a few more steps to accepting that you need to become a different person because what you're doing right now evidently isn't working. The third habit that's keeping you stuck and stagnant in your life is that you are suffering from infomania. I'm gonna repeat it. You are suffering from infomania. I want you guys to picture a girl named Vanessa. Vanessa is such a smart girl. She is always trying to become the best version of herself. But something about her life right now feels off. She feels so stuck. She needs something new. She wants to start the podcast and grow the business and build the brand and do everything in her life that feels the most aligned to her. But despite all of her preparation and her accolades and her research, she's always second guessing herself, feeling like she needs more information. She's never satisfied. Vanessa fell into a trap of what's called infomania. It's also known as analysis paralysis. The reason that you feel so stuck is because you're in this cycle of self-preparation, of consumption. This could mean endlessly browsing on Google and ChatGPT. This could mean taking all the courses, listening to all the podcasts, watching all the YouTube videos, reading all the books. And no matter what, you have so much information at your hands that you could actually integrate in your life, but you're not doing it because you feel like it's not enough and there's so much more you need to learn. That will keep you stuck for the rest of your life. The fourth reason why you feel stuck is because you're stuck in a knowing doing trap. It basically means that there is a gap between everything you know you should be doing and the behaviors and actions that you know will move the needle forward. Now, there's plenty of reasons why you're subconsciously doing this. But one of the biggest reasons why is because of procrastination and perfectionism. Maybe you really want to work out at the gym and you want to be consistent, but you're waiting until you have the cutest wardrobe of all of the cutest clothes before you can begin. Maybe you want to start a cooking channel and you see all of these influencers online on TikTok who have the beautiful white kitchens, and you believe that you can't make content because you don't have an aesthetic enough kitchen or home. This is you desiring a standard of perfection and you realizing that you won't be able to have that perfection, so you'd rather procrastinate or not do it at all. But here's the thing, I have this firm belief that every single desire we have in our heart was planted there for a reason. So if you know that there's something you want to do in your life and you're not doing it, that thought will be at the back of your head no matter how hard you try to push it away. It'll be like a little clingy puppy that will follow you around the house wherever you go. It will try to sleep with you, it will follow you in the shower, and no matter how much you try to run away from it because you feel like you're not ready to take care of the puppy, that puppy is like, no, you are my owner. You are going to make sure that you do exactly what you need to do to take care of me. That is exactly what your goals and your dreams are doing to you, but you are placing a standard of perfection on yourself that's preventing you from even trying it all. And that, my friends, is why you feel stuck. The fifth habit that's keeping you stuck and stagnant in your life is you, my friend, are suffering from imposter syndrome. You feel like no matter how much you do in your life, you will always feel like you're a fraud. No matter how much hard work you do, you will feel like you didn't deserve it. This affects so many people in this world, and if you resonate with what I'm saying, you're not alone. And chances are, it's what's keeping you stuck. But not only does imposter syndrome keep you stuck, it results in you taking less initiative, because there could be all of these amazing opportunities and networks and resources that are right at the fingertips of your life. And even though you know you're smart and you're capable, you feel like you are inadequate. And because you feel inadequate, you're gonna shy away from opportunities that you know could change the entire course of your life. And those opportunities, my friend, are closer than you realize. It is one step away. So now that we've covered the 5 habits that are keeping you stuck, you might be wondering, what are the 5 strategies to overcome this feeling for good? Let's get into the first tip. The first tip to overcome this feeling of being stuck is simple. I want you to grab your phone. Where's my phone? I want you to grab your phone right now, and I want you to open up your notes app. I want you to identify your energizing habits. What are the little things you do on a daily basis that gives you more energy, more happiness, and productivity? Maybe it's taking a nature walk when you start feeling that afternoon slump. Or maybe it's having a clean bed and all your laundry organized before you start the new week. That's definitely me. Maybe it's exercising in the morning or lighting a Bath and Body Works candle before you get to work and listening to binaural beats, because you know that makes you feel more productive. You have to figure out what energizes you in life, and every single day you have to make as much as you can on that list of priority. We feel stuck and stagnant because we forget that all we have control of is this present moment. So how are you going to optimize your life so that you can take advantage of every single hour in your day? The second tip to overcoming feeling stuck is to focus on identity-based habits. An identity-based habit is when you align your behavior and your identity with the action or habit that you want to create. For example, let's say that you have this lifelong dream of becoming a best-selling author. Instead of focusing on the task of writing a book, ask yourself, who do I need to become in order to be a professional writer? Maybe that person would wake up at 6 a.m. in the morning when no one is awake, and they'd spend an hour just writing. Maybe they would set a daily goal of writing 1,000 words a day. And if they hit it, great, they did what they needed to do. You want to set specific goals that reinforce the identity of what you want to be. In this case, it was a writer, but for you, it could be maybe you want to be more athletic. What are the actions that an athletic person would take every day? Maybe they would wake up in the morning and start their day with a glass of lemon water. Maybe they'd go on a nature walk and walk 5,000 steps in the morning, and then in the evening, they'd actually go and do a workout and do some strength training. My third tip to overcoming feeling stuck is when you implement the knowledge that you've already learned. So often we suffer from analysis paralysis because we feel like there's things that we need to know and things that we need to learn before we can take the next step. Chances are you actually do know what you need to be doing, and chances are that you actually have a lot of ideas. The problem is that you aren't taking what you're learning, what interests you, and actually converting that into action, into content, into momentum. I'm giving you the example of a content creator right now, but this could go for any aspect of your life. life? What are some things that you can integrate that you already know? What are experiences and struggles that you've overcome that you can now teach and share and guide others through? So one way you can do this is go on your YouTube history, go on a list of all of the podcasts that you've watched, go on all of the TikToks that you've liked, and start from there. Find something that intrigues you, that excites you, and recreate that in your own way. And eventually you'll get into this momentum where you get so excited about all of the things that you are doing and all of the things that you are sharing that now everything you're learning is automatically translated into content, into value. And the more value you share, the more you grow yourself, your community, and all of that karma comes right back to you. Now, my fourth tip to overcoming feeling stuck and stagnant is when you reframe all of your negative thought blocks. For example, instead of saying, I can't do this, it's impossible, reframe that thought and ask yourself, how can I make this happen with what I already know? Instead of thinking to yourself, ugh, I have to go to the gym, I have to work on that project, I have to wake up early. Reframe that thought into a mindset of gratitude. Say, I get to do this. I get to move my body. I get to be creative and birth a new project into this world. Because once you alter your current perspective, you can turn all of those challenges into opportunities for growth and advancement. So whenever you come across a task that feels daunting or overwhelming, always shift from asking yourself why you're lacking enthusiasm to what you can do to have more enthusiasm every single day that you show up to do the things that you have to do. It makes everything that you need to do so much more joyful, happier, and way better, because now you're just putting out an energy of, yeah, man, I got this, I could do this. Now, my fifth tip to overcoming feeling stuck and stagnant in your life, especially when it comes to imposter syndrome, is understanding this. Imposter syndrome stems from a concept that's called the Dunning-Kruger effect. And the Dunning-Kruger effect means that essentially the most underachieving people tend to overestimate their abilities, and the most overachieving people tend to underestimate their ability. And that is why research has proven time and time again that the most high-performing achievers are the ones who experience the most imposter syndrome. So if you suffer from imposter syndrome and that's resulting in you feeling stuck, recognizing that you feel stuck because you're a high achiever gives you control back in the driver's seat. The difference between successful people and unsuccessful people is that they don't allow their fear or their self-doubt to take control in the driver's seat. Yeah, they're gonna experience this feeling of feeling like a fraud and not good enough or not smart enough at every new level of their life. But the thing is that the successful people are aware that this feeling is going to happen. And instead of letting this feeling dominate the driver's seat and take control of the road that they're gonna drive on, they push that fear to the passenger seat and they say, you know what? This shit is gonna come with me no matter where I go, no matter how far I go, but I'm not gonna let it take control over my life because I know that I have autonomy over my life and my future. And the same goes for you. And so if you wanna get to the next level of your life and overcome this feeling of being stuck and stagnant once and for all, don't allow that little voice in your head of imposter syndrome to convince you that you're not qualified, because the truth is that you actually are qualified. You're more than qualified. But that voice is just designed to keep you safe and comfortable and in the familiar. And you, my friend, are not meant for the familiar. You're meant for the unfamiliar, because the unfamiliar is where the magic is, and you're meant for magic. Anyways, I hope this video helped you in any way, shape, or form. If there's something that you resonated with, please let me know. I would love to hear what you have to say about it. You can also listen to this episode on Spotify at The Simi Anon Show. All of that information is down below in the description box. But I hope this video helped you, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye-bye.